Hello! I've just been watching one of those rig rundowns on the YouTube, and Greta Van Fleet is who I was watching, and the guy had a stereo wah-wah and it sounded great. He'd had it custom built for him, and I was sat listening to this thinking, oh wow, if only I could have something custom built for me. And then I thought, hold on a minute, you muppet, you've got a Headrush. You must have a stereo wah-wah. 5 seconds later, I've got a stereo wah-wah. So here's how I made it. This is what it sounds like. Here's a standard rig I've built. Just box standard Marshall, and with the and left to right. So left side we've got Mr. Muffled, and then over to Mr. Right. So that's good, but then I thought, well, we can go madder than that, so I added a Mutron after it. That's fun. And then a clon, because why not? And then I had a couple of blocks left, so I thought, well, it's time for the Jetty phase wide heavy riff. But we're here for the stereo wah. So let's go build that rig. It's actually very simple. Get down on the floor. Okay, I'm on the floor. Headrush owners know the feeling. We don't need no stinking PC app. So, new rig. Here we go. Right. I'm going to put my usual 100-watt plexi in. If you ever watch my videos, you're going to get bored with the 100-watt plexi because it's my favourite. And for a cab, I quite like the that one there, the 4x12 65 watt. I like to put it off axis, and I like to have the dynamic 421 microphone. That microphone is quite thin, but putting the cabinet off axis fixes that. Now, where do we go? Right, we want a wah-wah, obviously. So let's have the black wah. Let's have it in default position. And let's have some stereo. So there's the panner. Put that in default as well. I find that a wah-wah always needs some overdrive because it wants something to bite down on. I like the green, and in this case quite a lot of green. Let's go 80, 90. What do you say? 40? Yeah. So what we've got at the minute then is that, but it's not wah-wahing because it's not assigned to anything. So on now, here we go again with the advanced pedal. I made a whole video about this, one treadle to rule them all, and this is why, because it do everything. Assign the pedal to it, and somewhere the panner. You want the left and right to be in the thing. I'm going to leave the ranges 0 to 100 on everything. It might be interesting to swap the panner around 100 to 0. That way the left and right will be different, but it's okay as it is. I quite like it. So now we should have a stereo wah-wah. Yep, we do. So it's time to start putting some scenes in, I think, although it's going to be confusing later on when we start adding things to them. I normally, on all rigs, have my standard sound because you need to get out of jail quickly. We bought pedal boards so we don't have to tap dance, and this is how we don't tap dance. We turn everything off. We leave the amp and the cab as they were. So now that button there is nothing. It's the standard sound. Now we want to get the stereo wah in, so we make a scene. We call it, I like to get fancy with the brackets when I go stereo, because it looks pretty. There we go. That's stereo wah. So we edit that. We want the panner on, we want the overdrive on, we want the wah on, leave the amp and cab as they are. So basically that's where we're at. But we can, as I said before, we can add stuff to this. I like the Mutron. The Mutron is mad. I didn't like it when I first got the Headrush because I didn't understand it. But now I'm sort of getting in there with it. I like it. Where did I put this? It was just below 50. Call it 44. I always put this in the high 300s, the frequency. Yeah, high 300s. The resonance control is mad. Let me show you what I mean. You can go. I like to have it just on the edge of that, so it occasionally peeks into it. It's crazy. It's going to be a stomp, so we make it purple. What I'm going to do with the Mutron is I'm just going to literally have it as a stomp, as a toggle. Because I'm an anal retentive, I would like to call it Mutron, because that's what it is pretending to be. So Mutron is just a toggle. So now when we activate our wah, I said it would cause us work later on. Always make your scenes last, or else you're doing this all the time. The Mutron should be off in there. Okay. And it should be off in there. Please, Headrush, I beg you, make the default off. Okay, so standard stereo wah. Add some Mutron. We've gone mad. Let's go madder and put the clon in. I like the clon. It's our new pedal that we were given in the last update, and very worthwhile it is too. And we'll just put that in as a toggle as well, because you don't know when you're going to need these things. But you see what's happened again in the hardware assigns. I'm going to have to take that out because it always comes in as no change. Right, that's good. We do need, I noticed the guy from Greta Van Fleet had some reverb. Had some reverb on his rig. It wasn't a lot. It was 10%-ish. Where have I put the reverb? Yeah, right place. Alright. So we'll have it on the stereo wah. Never have reverb on your standard sound. And there we are. That's good. Now we've got blocks to spare here. We've got blocks to spare. So I figured, why not? Let's have some heavy phasing. I like the Stone phaser. There we go. And it was heavy phasing, so it was stereo doubler, tight and wide. So if we go to our standard sound, now what are they doing? They're very good. Now then, I'm going to put them into a scene. I'm going to call that scene phase. And I'm going to leave a lot of things on. So the doubler, the phaser and the reverb will come on. And I'm going to leave most things in no change mode. Right, so the reason for that is, if I'm in the standard sound, hold on a minute. Here we go again, in my edit sound. Stereo, doubler, stone phaser need turning off, and in my, they need turning off. The only thing I don't like about the Headrush, it's perfect in every other way. Right, here we go. Yep, I would like an option for that to be even more distorted. So what I'm going to do is create another scene in here with the green overdrive on. The overdrive on, the reverb on. No, the reverb off. So this one is just overdrive. Okay, so what I will do is I will call this standard plus overdrive. Now the reason for that see, so I can have the standard sound and I can add the heavy phasing, or I can have an overdriven sound. It's a great sound. And I can add that. Now then, that's about all you need to know. The stereo wah, as you could see, was as simple as adding a wah and a panner and putting them both on the treadle. I find it very pleasing. So, Mr. Greta Van Fleet, you can sack your tech, buy a Headrush, and maybe give me the difference. Thanks for watching. Bye now.